രാജാക്കന്മാരുടെ രാജാവേ നിന്റെ രാജ്യം വരേണമേ. നേതാക്കന്മാരുടെ നേതാവേ നിന്റെ നന്മ നിറയേണമേ. കാലിത്തൊഴുത്തിലും കാനായിലും കടലകയിലും കാവലിലും കാലം കാതോർത്തിരിക്കും. കാലം കാതോർത്തിരിക്കുന്നവരുടെ കാലത്ത് കേട്ടു ഞങ്ങൾ കേട്ടു രാജാക്കന്മാരുടെ രാജാവേ നിന്റെ രാജ്യം വരേണമേ. നേതാക്കന്മാരുടെ നേതാവേ നിന്റെ നന്മ നിറയേണമേ. തിരകളുയരുമ്പോൾ തീരം വന്നുമ്പോൾ തോന്നിയുലഞ്ഞു തളരുമ്പോൾ. തിരകളുയരുമ്പോൾ തീരം വന്നുമ്പോൾ തോന്നിയുലഞ്ഞു തളരുമ്പോൾ. മറ്റാരുമാരുമില്ലാശ്രയം ഒട്ടും ഞങ്ങൾ തുറക്കില്ലേ. വാതിമൊട്ടുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ തുറക്കില്ലേ. രാജാക്കന്മാരുടെ രാജാവേ നിന്റെ രാജ്യം വരേണമേ. നേതാക്കന്മാരുടെ നേതാവേ നിന്റെ നന്മ നിറയേണമേ.
Thank you so much for that prayer song. We are all here for the launching of Global India Voice's new newspaper. And the chief editor of Global India Voice, Mr. George Rodarte, I'd like to call you up for our welcome speech.
This is an awesome event and the launching ceremony. We all are here, and I am, even if the weather is bad, we have, the people came. I appreciate your time and effort to come here. And my job right now, I want to introduce my board of directors newspaper, Global Indian Voice, which Shadi and the Sherry, John K. George, Jason Joseph, Dino Alex, George Joseph. I have so many things to say about each and every person, but we have to, speed up things. We have to leave this place, right? So, conclude this place. So, if I say one person, because too many things I can tell. so many newspapers. They work with, they are very good writers. They help each other. We all in the same boat. This is our aim, this newspaper. When we start in 2017, Mr. Shadi Anasheri is the founder. And that time the name was In His Voice. And in 2022, we changed the name because a better name, that is Global Indian Voice. And it is for this community. We are looking forward to community organization. The community organization, people's participation, and this is the motto of Indo-American Press Club. So our Global Indian Voice. News media mainly concern about community helping each other and with the full strength, with the resources and utilizing the resources. And this community have to live together harmoniously and happily to make benefit to taxpayers. Those who are not getting any help, we have to help them. And to show our, power, strength, ability to help each other through governmental machine. The government machinery, whether it is Democrat or it is, Republican, doesn't matter. We need to help this community. So a lot of things are going on. We have to go through the grassroots level and we have to help people. That's our main motto. Thank you.
I'm just glad to be here, and first of all, let me congratulate Kotanam and Shaji and the team. I should applaud them for their courage at this point in time. Really venture into publishing another newspaper. And as we all know, it is not an easy task, but it is an important task. Despite some of the challenges ahead of them, I'm sure they are determined to go ahead with this endeavor because they have a certain commitment. That commitment is to the community, to let them know what's happening in and around the community and how you can bring the community together and let them be informed of not only of the events, but of course of their concerns as well, and be a link not only with the local governments and the political establishment, but also with the back home from where, of course, many of them have come from. So it is really a noble venture, and I congratulate them. If I recollect, it is Thomas Carlyle who coined the word fourth establishment. So it is the duty of the fourth, not for the fourth estate. It is a duty of the fourth estate to be a guardian between the community and between the people who are in the power. As you know, since the Second World War, of course, there was a lot of hope and aspirations for a world which will be welcoming freedom, liberty, democracy. And that has happened quite a bit. But in the recent event, if you look at what is happening is a reverse trend. You have the right-wing groups and left-wing groups who are engaged in censoring. They really do not want the people to know the truth. There is no difference between those two from as far as I am concerned. One is authoritarian, the other one is totalitarian. One wants to control with all the force and the might, the other one wants to control your body and your mind and everything else. For both of them, they want to channel the information the way they like it. They want you to consume the information the way they like to have it, in your minds. So this is what the challenges, of course, we are having before us. To tell you the truth, even within the Indian ethnic media here, there is a certain groups which really control the flow of the news. I know one of the editors of one of the newspapers who really tried to publish various points of view told me once that he was threatened by some of the advertisers. Oh, if you publish that, we'll cut your advertisement. If you don't do this, we're going to penalize you. This has been the challenge of the day. I think it is important that we rise above that. It is important that we challenge those forces who really want to dominate our mindset with their own version of the truth and events. The social media, as we know today, of course, controlled by the establishments. Look at the Facebook. They are here supporting the establishment here, but in India they are supporting the establishment over there, which really are diverse point of view. It's quite incredible. So it is important that we really have information which really have basis of truth and facts, so that people really can consume it and make proper judgment. They're saying that knowledge, of course, derives of course from information, but knowledge is also derives from experience. In our own community, we have people who really been living through decades here. Many of them are pioneers. Many of them really came to the shores, braving the oceans and conquering a new frontier and in this strange land. But let me tell you, they are all grateful to this country. Because this country has blessed them, gave them the opportunity, gave them the sense of equality and respect. And we all love this country for it. Once again, I want to wish all the best for the Global Indian Voice. I truly hope that they dare to confront the truth and I'm not afraid to publish it. Once again, wishing you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming up and giving your facilitations. As he said, in today's climate and social climate, it's very important for our social media and our papers to be able to provide that bridge between home and what we are experiencing while we are in this nation. I'm very happy to be here for that. And we should be thanking some beloved sponsors who are making tonight possible, this mission possible. We'd like to acknowledge Mr. Biju Joseph, who is representing Home Inspection Specializing. We have Joby and Anish from Goodinard Restaurant. We have Mr. Vinod KRK, who's an attorney at law. We have Dr. Thomas Punguri, representing Family Dental Care. We have Mr. George Matthew, representing Falcon Graphics. We have Siji Thomas from Nationwide Mortgage. We have Braintosh Carlos, who's another attorney at law. We have Mr. John Thomas, who's a CPA. And last but not least, Mr. Emmanuel V. Thomas, representing Mass Mutual. Can we give a round of applause to our beloved sponsors? Thank you once again. We would like to call upon Mr. Hemant Shah for his felicitations now.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
I have the distinct honor of representing 3 organizations. One of them is Floral Park Belrose Indian Merchants Association. The second one is Queens Village Republican Club. And the third one, which I represent now, is also the Jain Temple of New York. On behalf of all the 3 organizations, I wish this newspaper a lot of success and such a wonderful task, such a courageous task you have assumed. And nothing short of best I wish all of you. And Mr. George Abraham said it all, so I can always say ditto, that's it. You know, we stand for the truth and we stand for justice. And let your voice be heard and ultimately truth prevails. So without any further ado, I congratulate you on this wonderful, wonderful opening of the newspaper. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Hemant Shah. Thank you so much. It's probably going to be hard to step up this way, so feel free to go behind the curtain and exit. Thank you so much again, Mr. Hemant Shah. We'd like to call upon Mr. Phil Ornstein to give his felicitations as well.
I didn't walk on the red carpet because it's a little slippery. So, my name is Phil Ornstein. I'm the president of the Queens Village Republican Club, America's oldest Republican club. I'm also the editor of our newspaper, the Queens County Beacon. And, I'd like to, give a shout out to you folks for your publication, the Global Indian Voice. Congratulations from an organization like ours that publishes a newspaper. It is, it is a great endeavor to publish a newspaper. Our newspaper is a little over 1.5 years in age. We wrote, the articles are written by our members, the members of our club. We have local sponsors, local advertisers, and we distribute the newspaper throughout Queens. We distribute it in stores and doctor's offices. We go to, every time I shop with my wife at ShopRite, I leave a bundle there. Of course, I ask, customer service, is it okay to leave our newspaper here? And people enjoy reading it because, we convey the values of freedom. We convey the values of our country. We love America. We love our country. We love the values it was founded on, traditional family values. We believe in freedom. Foremost, we believe in maximum personal freedom and limited, constitutionally limited government. And we bring these values out. And likewise, the Global Indian Voice brings the values of your community out as well. In that way, I'd like to work together with you. We can share ideas. We can help each other grow and benefit this community and make a positive change for the better here in Queens. So I'm extending my hand to you. Let's collaborate. Let's work together. We're a thriving club. The Queens Village Republican Club is America's oldest Republican club. We just came off our gala patriotic dinner. Last Sunday we had our Lincoln dinner celebration. It's our annual celebration at Anton's, where we have hundreds of patriotic Americans from all different races, all different nationalities, celebrating our first and one of the greatest presidents
Abraham Lincoln and the values he stood for. He stood for freedom, hard work, independence. He emancipated the slaves. It's a way to go back to these principles and emancipate ourselves from the slavery we may find ourselves in today, and stand up independently as Americans and help create a beautiful community and help create a beautiful world. So at our Lincoln dinner, we celebrated a couple of we honored a few people with some awards. You may know of Tony Nadunalam, who's one of your sponsors. He's the Businessman of the Year. We awarded him such an honor because of his dream of following in his father's footsteps and achieving his American dream of opening up a wonderful restaurant, ABCD Indian Bar and Bistro in New Hyde Park on Union Turnpike. It's a wonderful restaurant, and we honored him for pursuing his dreams, for making a great contribution as a businessman to the community. And his award was presented by, some of you may know, Mira Matthew, who was the former Miss India. And also, she is the current Miss Staten Island, and she's on her way to becoming Miss America. So, we have a thriving club, and we're looking to do more in the community, joining together with your community, with your newspaper, and producing a wonderful thing. When we harmonize and work together, there's nothing that we can't accomplish for the better here in Queens, for our homes and for each other. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again on the Global Indian Voice. Thank you.
Please.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. This is a surprise. I didn't expect to be up here. I'd like to start first by using a particular word that we know about a little bit in the military: courage. At a time when the print media is in big trouble throughout the country because more people are watching TV and their cell phones and their laptops, it takes an act of courage to start a newspaper. I don't care what the ethnic variety is and where it is. And we need it badly, as the previous speaker said. I have a particular interest, aside from Indian food. I've been to India, I've been to Mumbai, and I've been to New Delhi. And a month ago, my youngest brother's daughter married a very nice Indian gentleman. So we now have an Indian person in the family. He's a wonderful young man, and they got a couple together. So we have a lot to talk about. I am a Queens native. I grew up on the other end in Rockaway. All my kids went to public schools in Queens. And I was fortunate enough, when I came back from overseas, went to law school on the GI Bill, and became an assistant district attorney in Queens County. And from there, I went to the Supreme Court on Suckman Boulevard for 5 years as law secretary to the chief judge, and ended up in the mayor's office when Mayor Beam was the mayor a long time ago, as an assistant to the mayor and then as deputy mayor. So I've had a little bit of a background in government, and I know how important it is for the media to be objective. And it's unfortunate that there are so many that are so partisan that you can't believe anything that you read and anything that you hear. And the one thing I want to urge, not only is my congratulations to the people who have started this newspaper, but to keep it honest, keep it fair, and keep it unbiased, because that's what we need desperately in this country. And I wish you well. And on behalf, as I think they mentioned, I'm the president of the Lions Club in the financial district in Manhattan. And we have several ethnic clubs. We have a Phil-Am club, We have a Bangladeshi Lions Club, and they're among the biggest in the state. And it's something that you might want to think about in the future to help start a Lions Club. It's a great organization, and we need some representation in the Indian community. But I'm not here to push that tonight. My wife actually is the second vice district governor, so I have to salute her every morning because she outranks me. And it reminds me when I was first promoted to Brigadier General, I was invited to a conference down at Fort Myers. And you think you're a big shot. And I walked in and I was having breakfast, and I was surrounded by generals that had 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars. And I was really afraid they were gonna ask me to do the dishes. So it's not so special. If you live long enough and you serve long enough and you do the job right, it pays its rewards. So I really encourage you to push this newspaper vigorously, keep it honest, keep it fair, and I'd be happy to contribute any articles that you want. I just finished a book that I've been working on, which will probably chase me out of New York because the subject is about all the corruption in the criminal justice system in particular. So I don't know where it's going to go, but we hope it's going to sell. I think it's pretty good. Thank you again, and good luck to you and to the Queens Village Indian Voice.
Thank you so much, retired brigadier. It is very important for a newspaper to represent it by unbiased opinion, and we are hearing it over and over again today. We'd like to give a round of applause to the entire team who decided to create a voice that bridges the unbiased opinion. We do need that in the community. So thank you once again. We'd like to call upon Ms. Tara Shajan to speak as well. Give their own facilitations, and once again, don't forget we're going to go through the side so that nobody is falling up the stairs.
Hello, good evening everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Tara Shajan, and I am I was the president for the New York Indian Nurses Association of America, INANI, and now I'm currently the treasurer for the National Association of Indian Nurses of America. And New York is one of our chapters. We have 21 chapters. And I really want to thank and appreciate the Global Indian Voice and the team for inviting me and also taking as previously everybody has spoken. I don't want to repeat the same thing. The bold step which is being taken to publish a newspaper, as it's becoming obsolete these days, the newspapers, and becoming online pattern. It's a great step which they have taken. When I grew up, I used to eagerly wait for the newspaper in the morning to get to know the news, what's happening around us. But these days, like, it's all gone and it's on online. You can read it at your pleasure when you are free and everything. I think it's very, very important for the media to be unbiased, because when we grew up, as we know, that we used to trust 100% what used to come in the newspaper, and that is what used to guide us and lead us to taking serious decisions, opinions, and everything. But as the days are gone, the decades are passed by, we see the media is not truthful. We can't even believe what is coming in the newspapers and the news bulletins and everything. It's all biased. But everything can change. Somebody has to bring in that change. And I believe Global Indian Voice, along with other medias out here, will be able to bring that change and be truthful, transparent in the newspaper, in the new bulletin. Okay, thank you so much, and wish you all the best and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Dara. We appreciate you once again. They have selected a few community excellence awards. I'll be going out tonight. We'd like to name a list of some that were selected. Dr. Anna George, Dr. Jacob Thomas, George Abraham, Phil Ornstein, Hamad Shah, Sani, Benny and Benny John, Sani Ambukin, Ajit Kumar, Raju Abraham, Ashok Jain, John Paul, Philip Marathil, Sunny Kalupara, Shainu Joseph, Nuri Rossi, Shasha Dorsey, Karen, Dr. Biju, Jins Joseph, Bobin Thordam, and Dr. Tara Shajan. We will be recognizing them later on tonight. But before then, we have a song by Monsi Kuruma.
जादू तेरी नस्ल खुशबू तेरा बदन जादू तेरी नस्ल खुशबू तेरा बदन तो हाथ कर या ना कर तू हाथ कर या ना कर तू है मेरी किरण तू है मेरी किरण जादू तेरी नजर खुशबू तेरा बदन तू हाथ कर या ना कर तू हाथ कर या ना कर तू है मेरी किरण तू है मेरी किरण बेखबर मेरी तस्वीर है तू बेखबर मेरी तस्वीर है तू बेखबर मेरी तस्वीर है तू मेरी तस्वीर है तू तू किसी और की होना चाहना कुछ भी कर जाऊंगा दीवाना तू हाथ कर या ना कर तू हाथ कर या ना कर तू है मेरी किरण तू है मेरी किरण फसले और कम हो रहे हैं दूर से पास हम हो रहे हैं फसले और कम हो रहे हैं दूर से पास हम हो रहे हैं मंगलू का तुझे आसमां से चिल लूं तुझे से तू हाथ कर या ना कर तू हाथ कर या ना कर तू है मेरी किरण तू है मेरी किरण जादू तेरी नजर खुशबू तेरा बदन तू हाथ कर या ना कर तू हाथ कर या ना कर तू है मेरी किरण 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 तू है मेरी किरण
Thank you so much. I think we're feeling a little up at this point. Thank you so much for that. While we're recognizing a few from our region, we would like to recognize media professionals of the New York region. Give them a round of applause at the very end. Mr. George Joseph, Mr. Matthew Gurdi Isho, Saji Abraham, Prince Marcos, Raju Palat, Taj Matthew, Sholi Kamplanikil, Sunny Paulos, Laji Thomas, Jos Nadukalil, Jane Matthew Sir, Sandy Ambukin, Jos Cherupuram, Jos Karapuram, Raju Thomas, Sibi David, Corazon Verghese, Sunil Joseph Gurumbada, Elsie Yohanan Shankaratil, Mr. Peter Donahue, and Monsi Gurmon. Let's give it up for our media professionals of the New York region. Next, we would like to say felicitations from Mr. Koshi Thompson.
Wow, what an auspicious evening. We are blessed by God Almighty to be here, even in this uncomfortable weather. We all made it. It's really a blessing from the God Almighty. In this evening here, most of the prime points have been spelled already, or spoken already, or told already. But still, I would like to congratulate the hard-working team. It's a small team, but I know when they started, it was like a one-man show, which was Shaji and Nashir brought out this concept of bringing another media, another newspaper. We have media and coverage, local, native, or global, or national, or international. But for us to get benefit, for us to get the immediate news, we need local news media like Global Indian Voice. Otherwise, we are just, looking at the national or international, but what's happening here locally is forgotten, not recognized. Only when the local happenings are recorded and it is communicated to the public, the benefit comes to the local community activists, leaders, dedicators in all fields. I am one of the person who really got advantage on that. In a smaller level, when I got into the politics, I was recognized by local news media like Global Indian Voice. So many other local media like IAPC and E-Malayali. Only they know us. Only the local news media know the local people. Otherwise, you cannot. A local person, a small people, small activist cannot get recognized. We all know this, so I'm really honored to be amidst them. And I was part of the operation in the beginning. For certain, reasons, I was not able to get accumulated with them
little more actively, but I'm in the back and I'm trying to do whatever I can. We are really honored by the eminent personalities like George Abraham, Mr. Mr. Hemant Shah, and so many other dignitaries here from various organizations. Your presence here is really adding strength to these efforts. So when they do something, they have to be recognized, and for that purpose, we have our local leaders, especially two leaders here, Mr. Ajit Kochus and also Mr. Biju Chako. They both are very active in the community. They communicate in various levels. They both are involved in so many organizations, and they always are in the field. They communicate to the government authorities itself. So that kind of communication is built up by these two gentlemen, Mr. Ajit Kochus and Mr. Biju Chako. So it's my honor, my pleasure, my what I can say, my happiness, my glad moment to welcome Mr. Ajit and Biju Chako to the stage. Thank you.
We do have citations from Honorable Senator Mr. Kevin Thomas today. Since he wasn't able to be present for budget preparation, his community liaison, like we just heard him say, Ajit Kochus, NUMC's direct board manager, will be handing it over on his behalf.
Hello everyone, good evening. It's a very nice evening, even though it is raining. I can see a lot of people here, great dignitaries, and so I'm here on the stage representing Honorable Senator Kevin Thomas. He is not able to come into the stage today because he is very busy with the budget preparation with the New York State, and because of that, me and myself, my partner, Mr. Biju Chako, we together are going to hand over the citations to the direct board members of this great organization, Global India Voice, and Senator Kevin Thomas have conveyed his congratulations to these great organizations, and he's encouraging this kind of good organizing from the community, being the voice of the people, and to group together for our own needs and our own voice. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Once again, I congratulate all the board members and the editorial team of Global Indian Voice. Nothing more to add than what Ajit had just said, but your editorial team, your writers, your designers, your printers, marketing and advertising team, and without their hard work and dedication and commitment, you would not have been experienced this fruitful success. So as you embark on this new journey, make a promise to uphold the values of journalistic integrity and excellence, and to remain truthfully committed and publish unbiased news to the readers. Once again, congratulate George Kotaram and his entire team. Thank you. And on behalf of Kevin Thomas' office, we would like to give out our citations.
First, I can announce honoring Global Indian Voice from Senator Kevin Thomas. The chairman can come in. The next one is Jason Joseph.
Biju. Biju.
Next one is Shaji Anashil. Mr. John K. George.
I'd like to honor George Kotaram. I'd like to honor Binu Alex. I'd like to honor Rajesh Pushparaj. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations.
Please say your name. I do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully and honestly, according to my best skill and judgment, and without concealment and reservation, perform all the duties required of me by the laws of United States. I will faithfully and honestly carry out the responsibilities as per bylaws of Global Indian Voice. I will do my level best to uphold human dignity, peaceful coexistence, and fostering of communal harmony in the society. Thank you.
Thank you once again, all Global India Voice board members have just taken their oath.
Has proved her talent in that, and she is a successful entrepreneur. And with her ability in the business arena, after the success from there, she got into the public life. And I know she worked as, I wouldn't say an assistant clerk or something like that, but she was all in all in our controller's office, Nassau County Controller's office. That was her first step of success. From there, she grew up. She contested a couple of elections. She lost one or two, but at the third one, she won with a full majority. And she is now a real leader in the community, especially for our North Hempstead. She has proven already with her activities, and she is now an everywhere personality. Whatever we need for the North Hempstead, whatever our community, especially our community need in North Hempstead, she is the person to reach. So let's give a very big warm applause and welcome her for the lighting of the lamp. Thank you.
We'd like to invite some dignitaries to light the lamp today as well. We'd like to call upon Mr. John K. George, Jason Joseph, George Joseph, George Gordada, Shaji Initiative, Benio Alex, Philip Merritt, retired Brigadier General Sidney Baumgarten and his wife, Mrs. Terry, Mr. Peter Donahue, the Chief Editor of Global India Voice, Jose Cordadil. On behalf of all media personnel, Mr. George Joseph E. Mariari, all patrons of Global India Voice, please come to the stage. Mr. Koshi Thomas, Dr. Biju Jacko, Mrs. Leela Merritt, Dr. Bijoy Kodadakara, Mr. Jason Joseph. Mr. George Abraham,
Mr. Hemant Shah, and also Mr. Billy, Republican Party President.
we would also like to have all our sponsors come up to the same stage. Mr. Biju Joseph, Jubi Kutanad, Vinod KRK, Dr. Thomas Boomkuri, George Matthew, Siji Thomas, Prem Taj Carlos, John Thomas, Manuel V. Thomas, as well as Mr. Taj Matthew, former editor of Manali Manorama. Please come over to the stage. And any of our other business associates, please do make your way to the stage for the lamp lighting ceremony.
We also want to invite Mr. Sudhir Nambia, Ms. Tara Sarjan, Mr. Ajit Kochus, Mr. Biju Chako too. Thank you. If Dr. Anna George is here, may we request her to come to the stage, please?
More closer. Put them closer. Raja. Closer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we are at the real prime time. The whole purpose of today's gathering is the successful launching of the newspaper, which is Global Indian Voice. With a lot of efforts, we are proud to have this launching event. Now it is going to be inaugurated by Ms. Ragini Srivastava, and she will be giving the first edition to Mr. Prabhu. This launching comes with a rededication to bring the local news to the county level, national level, and even international level. Let me invite Ms. Rajni Srivastava to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. And that was a very, very warm introduction. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Communication has always been central to our growth, whether it is economic growth or the development or the socialization. I being an entrepreneur, so I know. And I would like to congratulate the Global India Voice for being a vanguard in the field of news and information. For being, I would like to applaud their efforts for being a cohesive link between the communities and the consumers and the businesses, and I have seen that, and it's so very important. Also, I would like to congratulate them for their pursuit towards the excellence, because information and news, whether it is from the print media or any other source, it is important. It is very, very important. Not just providing the news or the information, but like I said before, being a link between the communities, between the consumers, being a voice and standing with the right people and doing the right thing. So I congratulate you all, the whole team, and all good wishes, and thank you so much. Good evening.
We're going to start our award distribution. Please stay in the podium. So we are calling our names, please.
First up for awards distribution, we'd like to call upon our beloved patrons, Mr. Koshi Thomas, Dr. Biju Chako, Mrs. Leela Merritt, Dr. Bijoy Kodarakara, and Mr. Jason Joseph. And now we'd like to call upon our beloved sponsors as well, Mr. Biju Joseph, Jubi Jobi and Anish from Kudanad Restaurant, Vinod KRK Attorney at Law, Dr. Thomas Boomkuri Family Dental Care, George Matthew from Falcon Graphics, Siji Thomas from Nationwide Mortgage, Brainthaj Carlos Attorney at Law, John Thomas CPA, and Manuel V. Thomas from Mass Mutual. Can all of our sponsors please make their way up to the stage? We also have our Community Excellence Awards to Dr. Anna George, Dr. Jacob Thomas, George Abraham, Phil Ornstein, Hemant Shah, Sani Benny and Benny John, Sani Ambukin, Ajit Kumar, Raju Abraham, Ashok Jain, John Paul, Philip Martil, Sunny Kalupara, Shinu Joseph, Nuri Rosie, Shasha Dorsey, Karen, Dr. Bichu, Jins Joseph, Bobin Totem, and Dr. Taras Shajan. On behalf of Global India Voice, we give Community Excellence Awards tonight. Who all have not received your Community Excellence Awards, please do step up.
ഇവിടെ മാറിയേക്കാം സൈഡ്
Please, Mr. Vinod KRK, please come to the stage, please. We want to honor you, please.
We'd like to also acknowledge all of our media professionals of the New York region. We have Mr. George Joseph from eMalayali. We have Matthew Woody Isho from Asianet. Saji Abraham, Prince, Marcos, Raju Ballat, Taj Matthew, Sholi Kamplanikil, Sunny Paulos, Leggy Thomas, Jos Nadamvale, J. Matthew Sir, Sani Ambukin, Jos Cheramburam, Jos Karapuram, Raju Thomas, Sibi David, Corison Verghese, Sunil Joseph Kurumbada, Elsie Yohanan Shankarathil, Peter Donahue, and Mr. Mansi Kudumon. Global India Voice would like to acknowledge all of our media professionals in the New York region. Excellence Award for Mr. Raju Abraham. Madhugudi Isho from Asianet. Raji Thomas. Laji Thomas. Raju Abraham once again.
side
Once again, Global India Voice would like to appreciate all of our media professionals in the New York region. At this time, with everyone standing on stage, we'd like to get a group picture with Global India Voice. If you can all step forward for a group picture. It's important that we document moments like this, so group picture it is. Thank you once again. Up next, we have another song from Mr. Kurian Joseph.
There's a typo. Mr. Philip Marriott, please come. Sudhir Nambiar is going to give the award for Mr. Philip Marriott. This typo.
If there's anyone's names that were called and they did not come up, please. I believe now it's time to give our vote of thanks from Mr. Saji and Nishit.
Respected guests, dignitaries, Sambhujidaya Gurujanagal, Nite മാത്രമാനപരമാക്കി ഞങ്ങളെ ഹൃദയപൂർവ്വം സഹായിച്ച എല്ലാ ഹസ്തങ്ങൾക്കും ഞങ്ങളുടെ സ്പോൺസേഴ്സിനും സാമൂഹ്യ സേവനത്തിൻ്റെയും മൂല്യ സംരക്ഷണത്തിൻ്റെയും പുത്തൻ അധ്യായങ്ങൾക്ക് നേതൃത്വം കൊടുക്കുന്ന പ്രിയങ്കരായ മലയാളി സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾ, കലാ സാഹിത്യ സാംസ്കാരിക സാമൂഹ്യ രംഗങ്ങളിൽ മികവ് തെളിയിച്ച കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി ലീഡേഴ്സ് ആൻഡ് ഓൾ അവർ ഓണറബിൾ ഓഡിയൻസ്, ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും ഇത്തരണത്തിൽ ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. ആദ്യമായി ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് നന്ദി പറയാനുള്ളത്, we need to give thanks to the Almighty God because of this night has been a successful award night. Secondly, ഈ ടൈസൺ സെന്റർ നമുക്ക് തന്ന പാസ്റ്റർ വർക്കിയോടുള്ള പ്രത്യേക സ്നേഹവും ഞങ്ങൾ ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. ഗ്ലോബൽ ഇന്ത്യൻ വോയിസിന്റെ പേരിൽ നമ്മുടെ ക്ഷണം സ്വീകരിച്ചു വന്ന ചീഫ് ഗസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് ഡിഗ്നിറ്ററീസ് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ നന്ദി ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. ഈ പരിപാടി സ്പോൺസർ ചെയ്ത എല്ലാ സ്പോൺസേഴ്സിനും ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഹൃദയത്തിന്റെ ഭാഷയിലുള്ള നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. ഞങ്ങളുടെ ബിസിനസ് അസോസിയേറ്റ്സ്, ഞങ്ങളുടെ അഡ്വർടൈസ്മെന്റ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് തന്ന ഈ പത്രത്തെ എത്രത്തോളം അവരുടെ തോളിലേക്ക് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഓരോ മാസവും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടതായ ക്രമീകരണങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തു തന്ന എല്ലാ ബിസിനസ് അസോസിയേഷനും അഡ്വർടൈസേഴ്സിനും ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഹൃദയത്തിന്റെ ഭാഷയിലുള്ള നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വന്നിരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ മാധ്യമ സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾക്കും ഞങ്ങളുടെ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി പ്രവർത്തിച്ച ഞങ്ങളുടെ പേട്രൻസ് ഗ്രൂപ്പിനെല്ലാം ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്നത്തെ പ്രോഗ്രാം ചാനലിന് വേണ്ടി പ്രവർത്തിച്ച മാത്യു ഈശോ വീഡിയോ ആൻഡ് ഫോട്ടോ കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അത് ഏഷ്യാനെറ്റ് ടിവിയിലും വരുന്നതാണ്. ഈ ഹോൾ ഡെക്കറേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത ജോയൽ, ജിതിൻ ആൻഡ് ക്രിസ്റ്റൽ, we give you a grateful thanks because you've done a very good job. And the audio engineer പ്രവർത്തിച്ച അനൂപിന് വേണ്ടി പ്രത്യേക നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. ഞങ്ങളുടെ MC മിസ് എമി തോമസിന് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഹൃദയം നിറഞ്ഞ നന്ദി ഈ പാട്ട് പാടിയ എല്ലാ കലാകാരന്മാർക്കും ഞങ്ങൾ ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. ഈ ഡിജിറ്റൽ പ്രളയം ഉണ്ടാക്കി തന്നത് ഫിലിപ്പ് മാരേറ്റാണ്. ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഹൃദയപൂർവ്വമുള്ള നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. നമുക്ക് സാമൂഹിക ഭക്ഷണം കുട്ടനാട് റെസ്റ്റോറൻറ്റ് നമുക്ക് ഒരുക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് താഴെ 5 മിനിറ്റിനകം അത് ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്യുന്നതായിരിക്കും. അത് നിങ്ങളെല്ലാം സാമൂഹിക ഭക്ഷണമാണ്. അത് കഴിച്ചിട്ട് പോകാമെന്നുള്ള സ്നേഹത്തോടെ അറിയിക്കുന്നു. കുട്ടനാടിൻ്റെ റെസ്റ്റോറൻറ്റിലുള്ള നന്ദിയും സ്നേഹവും അറിയിക്കുന്നു. വന്നു ചേർന്ന എല്ലാവർക്കും, ഈ ഓഡിയൻസിനും ഞങ്ങളുടെ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. ഞങ്ങളുടെ എഡിറ്റോറിയൽ ബോർഡിന് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഞങ്ങൾ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു, താങ്ക് യു, താങ്ക് യു.
On behalf of Global India Voice, we'd like to appreciate tonight for the launch of the newspaper. We couldn't do it without your support, and I was very blessed to be here to see such a great mission accomplished by leaders of our community. I wish you all the best in all your missions for India Global Voice.
A small continuation. Amidst us, we have a very talented artist within our community. He's a well-known artist. We would like to recognize him. We would like to invite him to the stage. We want to honor him with an award. Please come, Mr. John Pulinat. Thank you.
My name is Phil. Okay, so
ഫോട്ടോ
There's another award for our MC, Miss Amy Thomas. Please come.
You very
നിങ്ങളുടെ കഷണ്ടി ഇതെല്ലാം കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ട് കുറേ.
तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा